Hello from me, Lazarus. Let's proceed with our next HTML lesson. We are currently on chapter 15, Frames in HTML. Frames are elements that serve to split a web page into two or more parts, as each part, however, represents self-contained and independent from the other frame or a separate web page, so to speak. Frames are elements that by the use of which there has been much controversy and criticism. In XHTML1 and HTML5, frames are rejected, considered obsolete and are not supported. The only one in HTML5, the frame element, is left, built-in frame that serves for embedding another document. But despite all that, we will look at this topic from the point of view that the frames, although rare, they can still be encountered, and learning HTML would be incomplete without them. In the beginning, frames were used for layout and navigation in early web applications like web chats, online magazines and more. One of their advantages was that they showed all elements on the site, without requiring server functions. So are they used to fasten immovably the elements at the top of the page, e.g., titles, logo, navigation, advertising, banners and more. In recent years, the use of frames is almost obsolete, such as layout tools of the websites, and their use for this purpose it is strongly not recommended. But they still apply for certain purposes, for reference books, utilities, administration, inquiries, chat pages, and more. We will concentrate on the technical part. Here's an example. As an example of frames in a page, we will show the help and support program in Windows XP. Here you see that it is composed of 3 different web pages, 1, 2, and 3. That is, from 3 frames, like the frames contain different topics. By clicking on any topic in the left part, it opens on the right side. The structure of Windows Explorer is similar in Windows 7, actually the example in Windows 10 and 11 is similar, so that's the logic there too. To create the internet page with frames must at first put the following declaration. Another specific thing here is that instead of the body tags, elements, the frame set tags, elements, are used. The frame set element serves for the separation on the page in separate parts, like specifies the number of columns and rows in it, and the space they will occupy. For this purpose, there are 2 attributes, cols and rows. Frame set elements can be nested within each other. The frame element is placed inside the frame set element and sets a specific window, frame, within the frame set as serving and to determine its properties. There is no closing tag. It has the following attributes. We will not go into them in detail. I will show in the PDF file 3 examples. Here you see a page divided into frames. This is how the code is written here. And here what it is in the browser. Here is a second example in which I have given a page divided into 2 frames. So here you see, because no such files created, the following caption is displayed. To display the files correctly, we need to create first two new pages. We create them in the same directory, and here is what we will see in this example in the browser, and in the third example we will divide the left frame of two frames, that is, in two rows of equal height, for which we will create another page. Here you can see the codes, and here's what it will be this example in reality. So here we can change places, to turn the logic around. We have shown another such example, only here is the right part divided into two. Second point, floating built-in frame. It can be placed on any place on the page, and this document can be opened and considered separately from the rest of the web page. The element is used to embed a floating frame, a frame with no content placed in it. All settings are implemented through its attributes. As with them, there is a certain difference between HTML 4.01 and HTML5. The generally accepted attributes are the following: source, text, height, and width. So here we look at an example, in which we have not yet created the site, to which to link the page, and we see the following: the inline frame is created with sample sizes, and in its right part there is a scroll bar. Now we will create the page itself with this code, and here's what we'll see in the browser. Another option for floaters frames is that they can be built into them. HTML documents via hyperlink. This happens when it is created hyperlink and in its tag, in the target attribute frame name is set. We will show this with an example. We create another page myfile2.html with the following code. And in the browser we will see the following, and by clicking on file 1 we will see the following, and by clicking on file 1 we will see the following. I hope that is clear. The attributes of this tag used in HTML 4.01, which do not support HTML5, are these, and in HTML5 there is two new attributes we see here. Sandbox enables additional a set of content restrictions. This is a safety measure in the case of embedding a malicious site. And circdoc specifies the content of the page that to be displayed in an iframe. That's all we'll cover about frames, but it should be borne in mind that some web servers may have a limit for opening sites in frames. That's all for this tutorial. Best regards.